It's Creation Elevation here again with another car conversation. So, one thing I want to tell you is don't get caught up in what you're doing or be so focused on what you're doing you forget what's going on around you. I had to learn, when you come up, there's seasons. You come up and then you strategically place everything in a place to where it'll last you until the next season. But the thing is, one thing that I'll tell you is pay attention to the people around you and their actions, because their actions and what they're doing to you says their intentions and how they feel about you. I lost around 14,000 messing with people who didn't have my best interest. And if I was able to just sit down and doubt sometimes it's good to give people the doubt before they get the benefit. Sometimes it's better to test the spirit to figure out who this person is and why they're here, instead of just allowing this person to enter your life. So what happened was, if you allow the wrong people within your life will go down. The thing is, sometimes people aren't able to go on your level. So what do? They drag you down to their level. Like I've said before, depending on who you hang out with, depending on who you spend the most time with, you will become that individual. So if I'm around people who have bad habits, do certain things that are kind of counterproductive to where I want to be and who I want to be, what's going to happen is, because I'm around them, I'll slowly become influenced. And I've heard people say, oh, I'm strong, I won't be able to fall. It only takes one weekday for you to mess up one thing. It takes one day to mess up something you messed up in 10 years. So, I want you to watch who's around you. When you're having discussions, what do they talk about? Do they talk about other people? Do they talk about themselves? Do they talk about what's going on in the world? Do they talk about improvement? What do they talk about? What are the fruits within their life? You have to look at the fruits, the friends that they hang out with, the households they come from, and it'll tell you. What is constantly being brought up within the relationship? What is the main thing driving the relationship? Because depending on what that main thing is, that is technically what your relationship is being built off of. If anytime you're talking to this person, they're asking you for money, you're building a relationship with somebody who's trying to take from you. You have to understand that you're building that friendship, relationship on a false foundation. And also understand that the people who are meant for you will not force their way into your life. They will not try to ask you or try to figure out ways to stay in your life. One of the best ways of manipulation that somebody could get you by is masking. So what people do is they'll watch you, they'll observe you, they'll see how you act, how you move within your life. They'll try to ask you questions. They'll try to figure out, okay, what type of people do you like around you? For example, when you're in a relationship or friendship, you're never supposed to tell anybody how to treat you. Never, ever. Because what happens is you're giving somebody the blueprint to infiltrate your life. And that's where I've messed up, because I've told people, oh yeah, this is what I want within my life. This is what I like to have. And what happened is those people will try to put up and act like they're that thing, knowing that they're not. And once we get far along, because they can't keep up that act, it eventually drops and they reveal who they truly are. Then you end up wasting your time. You invested this and that, whether that be money, time, affection, whatever. All those investments, since that relationship was built on deception, everything falls. You didn't gain any value from that relationship. One thing I'll tell you is to avoid people and to really know who is for you. Who do you feel at peace with? The thing is, if God is not in the place, there will be chaos over there. Chaos and confusion. So when you're around this person, Are they a person that brings chaos, confusion, problems to you? Or are they a person that brings joy, peace, happiness? These are traits and qualities of individuals who may be for you. People that you go around, when you're around them, you're growing, you're learning more, you're becoming better. The thing is, if these people are encouraging you to be better and they're there trying to be better themselves, what will happen is, in turn, you will become that individual, because you have people around you trying to influence you to be better. Oh my God, I thought I was about to get backdoored, and I'm lacking into crazy. But yeah, because they'll come in and they'll distract you. They'll take your blessings. That's probably the biggest thing. I'll tell you, the enemy can never, people can never take away what God has for you, but they can delay it. They can distract you enough, put obstacles in your way to delay it. And it is for us as a people to be wise and to understand what is going on. I've been through addictions. I've been through toxic relationships. I've been through plenty of things. People may see it with their carnal eyes, their earthly eyes, and they may see, oh, this dude's making bad decisions. Oh, he's doing this, he's doing that. But from spiritual eyes, these are obstacles. These are challenges. These are things that are hindering me from where I need to go to. And the thing is, if I'm around people who don't correct my behavior, that's another thing. That's why I always tell you guys, do not be around people who do not correct my behavior. Because I noticed that these same individuals that I was around, who supposedly had my best interests, when I looked at their actions, they never supported me. They never picked up the phone when I needed them. Anytime they needed me, I was always there. Anytime they needed money, I was always there giving it to them. They would only call me when it's something of value for them. They only call me when they need something for themselves. That's the biggest red flag. When somebody constantly comes to you about themselves, constantly, oh, I need this, I need that, whether that be needing advice, needing help, needing support, if they're only ever come to you for a need for you to satisfy and give them something, and they never give you anything in return, they're using you. I hope you know that. But like I said, these people would never support me. These people would never go out their way and give me my flowers. They only came to me for what value I could provide for them. And you shouldn't allow yourself to do that, because I knew it was wrong. I knew that something was wrong, and I tell you to trust your stomach. If you see these signs within your life, you see somebody doing this within your life, cut them off. Because the thing is, the moment you try to go back and forth with them, let them know that you see what they're doing, they'll try to flip it around, they'll breadcrumb you, they'll give you what you want, then they'll start again. That's how it works. So watch who you have around you, because the people around you can destroy you. And when I fell into my bad habits, when I fell back into things that I was supposed to stay away from, instead of encouraging me to get up, they would tell me, oh, I don't see nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's not that bad. Or they wouldn't say anything at all. You don't need to be around people like that. Watch the company you keep. Watch who you call your friend. Watch who you call your best friend. Watch who you associate yourself with. If your spirit or stomach or small voice within your head tells you not to be around a certain individual, you remove yourself. If you're around somebody and you feel anxious, there's a reason you feel anxious. Remove yourself from that scenario. You have to be able to look at the signs and the red flags and really tell yourself, okay, this is not going to serve me. This is not going to get me where I need to get to. Let me remove myself. That's in relationships. That's in friendships. I have people come to me. They're interested in partnerships. I see their character. I monitor them. I watch how they move. They don't move the way that aligns within your life. You don't connect with them. Because the thing is, I don't know how this world works, but people think that you could have the best of both worlds. Yeah, I have a friend, she goes out, like, I have a friend who likes to do this, she's like that, but I'm not like that. She's just my friend though. You have to understand, man. Don't allow these people to trick you. Look at the red flags. See people for who they are, not what they can be. Always give people the doubt before you can give them the benefit. Always allow people to work for the relationship, because when you allow people to work for the relationship, they will never disrespect the relationship. People will always respect something and take care of something more when they had to work to get it. When you give somebody something, it doesn't give them the ability to be grateful, because now within that person's mentality, even if it's a high value thing, even if it's the best thing in the world that brings them the most value, it uplifts them, it makes their life better, what happens is, because they never really worked for it and it was just given to them, they never really get to grasp what they have within their hands. So because it was given to them so easily, they're going to believe within their mind, because that's how we are as humans. They're going to believe within their mind, okay, this thing was so easy to get my hands on, so what else can I get my hands on? And that's where you have these situations where people leave you, they may cut you off and try to replace you for someone else. But when they realize that person is not adding up or equivalent to you, they'll come back. And the thing is, if somebody ever chooses someone over you, if somebody ever leaves you when you're down, when you're having hard moments, or, you know, in any situation where you're the last option, you should never allow somebody to come back. Because when you do that, it's showing that individual that you don't respect them. They will not respect you. It is better to be respected and alone than have a bunch of friends and be disrespected. Sometimes people will fumble you. Sometimes you won't be able to connect with, you know, she might be bad, fam. You want her. He might be handsome. You know, you feel like you guys can have something. Or, you know, he looks really fun. He looks like a good friend. But if these people don't serve you or bring any value to your life, they're just going to drag you down. You know, and it's all about what you want, preferably. If you want people around you that drag you down and make you worse, that's up to you. That's your life. But if you really want to develop and get to where you need to be or want to be or achieve the goals that you want to achieve, you're going to have to separate. You're going to have to leave people behind. You're going to have to understand and have strict boundaries. The OG told me this yesterday. Stop lowering your standards. Stop lowering your standards. Always allow your standards to excel and go up. My whole life, I've lowered myself. I've lowered my standards for other individuals, and that's allowed so many people to get into the gate. Always stand firm, because when you stand on those standards, you will attract what you need within your life. You will attract the people that are for you. And I'm telling you this from experience, so you won't have to go through it. You know, it's McCain from Creation to Elevation. Thank you for all the support that you guys give me. Even though you feel me, I get like 2-4 reviews. You know, we're gonna grow as a community. We're gonna continue to do this. We're gonna continue to learn and grow. Yeah, most definitely. All right, goodbye, everyone. Be safe. Love.